Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. I wanted to give you guys an update on something interesting happening with Amazon. Amazon Prime Day is beginning now, and it looks like they have a big labor problem that's hit Germany first, and I think that the United States is going to follow soon after. I'll read this here from CNN Business in London. Workers at Amazon facilities in Germany have gone on strike in a protest over pay and working conditions as Prime Day gets underway. The strikes, held under the slogan "No More Discount on Our Incomes," started Sunday night at Amazon sites in Wern, Rheinberg, Leipzig, Graben, Koblenz, etc. The basically it's interesting because in Europe I think that labor is a lot more organized, and it's kind of interesting to sort of see this go down. The protests were expected to continue at least through Monday. They are being held to coincide with Amazon Prime Day, a discount event held on Monday and Tuesday for Amazon Prime customers. Um, Quote, while Amazon throws huge discounts to its customers on Prime Day, employees lack a living wage, said Verdi, a retail specialist, Orhan Akman. The union also called for collective bargaining agreements that could be made binding across Germany's retail sector. The company must finally recognize collective agreements for the retail and postal sectors. Wages and salaries cannot be determined by the style of lord of the manor, Ackman said. A spokesman for the union told CNN Business that more than 2,000 people participated in the strike. Amazon has been embroiled in a dispute with German trade unions over pay and working conditions for years. The company's workers in Germany have staged frequent strikes and protests since 2014, according to Verdi. The online retail giant said the strike was having no effect on operations. Quote, while we don't provide exact numbers, we are seeing very limited participation across Germany with zero operational impact and therefore no impact on customer deliveries, according to a spokesperson at Amazon. Now, Amazon has about 18,000 workers in Germany. The company is going to create about 2,800 more additional permanent jobs in the country by the end of 2019. And so Amazon's holding the position around the world that they provide more opportunities than they take away, and that people, that are complaining that it's much ado about nothing. But I do think that Amazon does have a long-term issue in that they are gaining a reputation of kind of being a slave driver, kind of being this place that doesn't really think much about work conditions, and only sort of thinks about productivity. And in fact, if you go back to Jeff Bezos and how his thinking when he created Amazon, a couple of things that he mentioned that I thought were interesting in terms of understanding business, but also interesting in terms of understanding his perspective. Is he said that there were two things that mattered to him the most. One was obsession with the customer, making sure the customer is as happy as hell, giving them what they want, kissing their butt to the ends of the earth. Second was efficiency. In the first job application or job posting Amazon put up, is Jeff Bezos mentions that he wants a person that will take the amount of time that it takes a competent person to do a task and be able to cut that time in half, or I think to a third of that time or something. So basically, he's saying whatever rate a regular person can work or a competent professional can work at, we need you to work faster, right? And that's translated into this super efficient economic machine that Amazon has become, but a company that is going to continue to have some labor issues, I believe, because you've got stories about drivers having to pee in a jar so they don't have to take a break from driving, or workers falling out in the factories and all that stuff. And so I think that kind of contradicts a little bit the narrative that Amazon is creating opportunities. And in fact, I think it hurt Amazon as well when Amazon announced that they want to give people $10,000 to start their own business. I don't know if you guys saw that story, but a lot of people came right back and said that's BS. Amazon set this deal up not to benefit you. They set it up to benefit themselves. Now, companies benefiting themselves, that's okay. But when you get the reputation that you're doing it in a way that's incredibly oppressive and exploitative, and you're utilizing your monopoly power to control the consumer or to control the worker, then that's going to make people not trust anything that you're doing. So I think when it comes to consumers, Amazon's getting an issue with these antitrust investigations. People are saying, is Amazon a monopoly? That was actually a question on the very same page where I read the article about the labor issue. The U.S. government and governments around the world are investigating Amazon as a monopoly, which means that they're arguing that they're hurting the customers with their monopoly power. But then At the same time, you've got the whole issue with your actual workers and the bad reputation Amazon's starting to get in terms of workers' rights and labor rights. And that's the thing about a monopoly. When you have monopoly power, you have the ability to squeeze the hell out of everybody. Every other stakeholder that's involved, you get to squeeze them because you've got so much power. So you've got your customers, you can squeeze them. You can put your prices where you want because they have nowhere else to go. You can, with your workers, you can squeeze them. They can't go get a job anywhere else, so they're going to do what you tell them to do. With your suppliers, you can squeeze them. Look, you're supplying Amazon. If we don't like you, then screw you. In fact, there's been conversations or complaints from suppliers as well who are upset that they feel that Amazon uses their monopoly power to push them to worse and worse deals. But then also they're starting to chop their suppliers and going, turn toward big organizations as opposed to the mom and pop shops that came to depend on Amazon for revenue. So Amazon's got some issues. Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world and looks like he has no problems. But believe me, I think it's going to get worse. It's going to get more interesting, and I wonder how that's going to affect the stock price. Because I'll tell you this though, I've been a stockholder in Amazon. And I just looked the other day and I saw where I made a 25% return on my investment this year. So people like us at the top, you and I who are stockholders, which I hope that you are a stock owner by now, we're doing well. We're benefiting from the squeeze, but the workers and the suppliers and everybody else, they aren't benefiting as much. So I would encourage you to kind of just see the whole entirety of the picture and decide where you want to be in that process. Now, speaking of stock, if you want to learn to buy your first share of stock, you can go to blackmoney100.com. Just sign up and we'll teach you to buy your first share of stock. That's blackmoney100.com. Also, if you want to take advantage of our financial workbook bundles and you want to create little stockholders in your house with your kids, go to financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. We have these great workbooks put together by black experts to teach kids about investing, wealth, stock ownership, things like that. Your children should own their first share of stock by the age of 7 or 8. So that's the goal I want you to have, and that's what I want you to go after. So take care, guys. Thank you for checking out the Black Financial Channel. Hit the thumbs up button, share button, and subscribe button. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.